Hi yogis, I'm Sarah Larson of Hope Awakening Yoga. I will be guiding you through the sequence that can be practiced when one is sick. For this class, you will need a light blanket. This class does not require a yoga mat. It can be practiced on a soft carpet. Just make sure you have a little bit of space around you. When you are ready, fold your blanket. It will be used to support the sit bones in the seated poses. Find a comfortable seated position in easy seated pose, Sukhasana. Bring the blanket under the hips, the sit bones on the edge of the blanket to help the hips rise higher than the knees. Legs are crossed at the shins with the left leg in front. Lengthen through the spine, pressing down through both sit bones. Rest your hands on your knees. Gently close your eyes and begin to embrace the breath. Deepen the inhales and exhales. Perhaps inhaling for a count of 4 and exhaling for a count of 4. Observe the point where the breath enters the body. Perhaps you notice at the rim of the nostrils, on the upper lip, inside the nose. Now shift your awareness to your belly. Notice how it expands forward as it fills with breath. Feel the ribs expanding as well. As you exhale, feel the navel draw toward the spine, expelling all the breath from the belly, emptying completely. We'll find a few cleansing breaths here. Take a deep inhale through the nose, opening the mouth, and sigh the breath out. Once again, inhale, open the mouth, sigh out the breath. Find one more cleansing breath on your own. Softly blink the eyes open, keeping the gaze soft. We'll move into some neck circles by gently dropping the chin to the chest, bringing it over to the left collarbone. Bring your left ear to your shoulder. And drop the head back, opening up through the front of the neck. And drop your head over to the right shoulder. The collarbone. Breathe into the back side of your neck. The chest. Tucking your chin down towards your chest, moving with your breath, mindfully focusing on the present here and now. Continue to move your head in gentle circles. Go ahead and switch directions of your circles. Come back to stillness with the head in a neutral position. Release your right hand to the ground beside you and inhale the left arm up overhead. Bring the bicep to the ear, bending over to the right for a side body stretch. Continue to root down through both sit bones. Gaze up past your elbow. Take 3 slow breaths here. Now begin to move your lifted arm back, around, and forward again, finding large circles with the arm, bringing mobility to the shoulder joint, as well as opening through the front body. Continue to move with your breath. Switch directions of your circles. Find stillness. Come back to a neutral spine, bringing your left hand to your right knee and your right arm behind you for a gentle twist to the right. Maintaining a tall spine, gaze over your shoulder. Inhale here, and as you exhale, twist deeper. On your next exhale, come back to center. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, up overhead, palms touch. And as you exhale, release your left hand to the ground beside you. Inhale the right arm up overhead, bicep to the ear. Bending to the left, send the breath to the side body. Feeling grounded through your sit bones. Gaze up towards the sky. Soften the muscles in the face, the cheeks, the jaw. Inhale, exhale. And then finding arm circles here. Move the right arm back, around, and forward once more. Moving with the breath. Evenly breathing in and out through the nose. Feel the shoulder opening. Switch directions of your circles. Come to stillness, raising to a neutral spine. Draw your right hand to your left knee, left hand behind you with the fingers supported on the ground for a twist to the left. Grow tall through the spine, gaze over your shoulder. Breathe into your twist. Inhale, and as you exhale, see if you can twist a little deeper. On your next exhale, come back to center. You can leave the blanket folded under the hips or remove it off to the side, depending on your personal preference. Moving into the main portion of our yoga practice, we'll find half Lord of the Fishes pose by drawing the right leg closer into the body. Cross the left leg over your right leg and place the foot on the outside of the right leg. Inhale to lift your chest, and as you exhale, hook your right elbow around your left knee. Place your fingertips behind you. Twist to the left. Find 5 deep breaths, relaxing here in your twist. As you exhale, intentionally turn towards the front, coming through Marichi's pose by unhooking the arm, uncrossing the left leg, extending it out in front of you. With the right leg still bent, lift and hug it in towards your chest, placing the right heel in front of your right sitting bone. Inhale to lift your chest. Place your right arm on the inside of your right leg. And as you exhale, wrap your right arm around the front of your leg and your left arm around the low back. Lean the heart forward and clasp fingers behind the back for a bind. If you can't reach your fingers all the way, that's okay. It doesn't matter how deep you go into the pose. Just focus on how it feels to you in your body. Soften your shoulders away from the ears. Lift the gaze. Return to your breath. Find another 5 deep breaths here. As you exhale, release your bind. Sit tall through the spine once more. Lower your right knee to the ground. Extend the left leg out to the side, preparing for revolved head to knee pose by placing your left arm along the inside of your left leg, resting on the ground. Inhale the right arm up, overhead, and side bend towards the left, bringing your bicep to the ear, rotating your torso towards the sky, keeping the heart open, actively reaching the fingertips toward the toes, breathing into the side body, steady, smooth breaths. Use your breath to let go, to surrender completely into this pose. We'll find 5 deep breaths here. On your next exhale, come back to a neutral spine. Extend your right leg out to the side, so both legs are extended long into a V shape, setting up for wide seated forward bend pose. Options to keep your blanket folded under the hips here to give you more support, or place it in front of you. Fold it a few more times. Engage through your quads, actively lift through your spine. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to stay here if you already feel a deep stretch. Or if you'd like to explore further, inhale to lengthen your sternum forward and exhale, fold forward while walking your hands out in front of you and softening your torso between your arms. Find 10 deep breaths here, softening into this pose. On your next exhale, slowly walk your hands back to your torso, beginning to sit all the way up. We'll find half Lord of the Fishes pose on the other side by bending the left leg into the body. Cross the right leg over your left, placing the foot on the outside of the leg. Inhale to lift your chest, and as you exhale, hook your left elbow around your right knee. Place your fingertips behind you and twist to the right. Find 5 deep breaths here, relaxing into your twist. As you exhale, intentionally turn towards the front, coming into Marichi's pose by unhooking the arm, uncrossing the right leg, extending it out in front of you. With the left leg still bent, lift and hug it in towards your chest, placing the left heel in front of your left sitting bone. Inhale to lift your chest. Place your left arm on the inside of your left leg. As you exhale, wrap your left arm around the front of your leg and the right arm around the low back, leaning the heart forward and maybe clasping fingers behind the back for a bind. Soften your shoulders away from the ears, lift the gaze, and return to the breath. On your next exhale, release the bind. Sit tall through the spine once more. Lower the left knee to the ground. Extend the right leg out to the side, preparing for revolved head to knee pose by placing the right arm on the inside of the right leg, sliding it down closer towards your shin. Inhale the left arm up, bringing the bicep to the ear, and side bend towards the right, rotating the torso towards the sky, keeping the heart open, actively reaching the fingertips towards the toes, bending into the side body and sending your breath into the side body as well. Steady, smooth breaths. We'll be here for 5 breaths. On your next exhale, come back to a neutral spine, moving into garland pose, also known as malasana or yogi squat. Place your folded blanket behind you, cross your legs at the ankle, and roll forward onto your hands and knees. taking the feet wider than hip width, tucking the toes. Place your folded blanket under your heels. Press into the hands to lift your weight back, settling into your feet with the knees bent. Inhale to straighten the spine. Lift through the heart, shining it forward. Leave the hands on the ground to provide stability, or you can bring your hands together at heart center. Shift the feet as wide as is necessary, gently rocking side to side. If your hands are pressed together at heart center, you can gently press your elbows in to your knees to encourage your hips to open. We'll find 10 deep breaths in this hip opening pose. As you exhale next, gently lean forward to come back to hands and knees. Untuck the toes, cross your feet at the ankles, and come to sit with the sit bones on the folded blanket once more. Here we'll prepare for our final pose, Supta Baddha Konasana, also known as bound ankle pose or butterfly pose. By grabbing the folded blanket, placing it under the hips once more, shifting from side to side to evenly distribute the weight of the sit bones, guiding the soles of the feet together, knees are bent and relaxed out to the side. Hands can be on the ankles or the tops of the feet. Press your elbows into the inner thighs to encourage the hips to open. For a more intense stretch, bring the soles of the feet closer to the body. Find the point where you feel comfortable today in this pose. Tilt your pelvis forward. Inhale to lengthen, to sit tall through the spine. Draw the sternum forward. Relax your shoulders. Release your neck and head forward, hinging from the hips. Allowing your head and neck to be heavy here. Take 10 deep breaths to fully settle into this pose. On your next exhale, mindfully press into your hands to lift yourself up into a seat. Cross your legs at the shins, coming into Sukhasana or easy seated pose. Once more to end our practice with a guided meditation, this time keeping your right leg in front. We'll find Guan Mudra here by touching your index finger to the tip of your thumb while holding the other 3 fingers straight. The purpose of mudras is to draw yourself inward by channeling your body's energy flow. Guan Mudra improves concentration and sharpens your memory. Softly close the eyes to tune inwards. While there are many benefits to meditation, I'd like to share 3. First, it boosts the immune system. Second, it decreases stress, worry, anxiety, and depression. And lastly, it improves concentration, mental clarity, and focus. Now bring your focus to the heart. Imagine seeing a light there, a bright sphere of energy, of love that you have cultivated by serving and caring for others. See the light moving up towards the crown of the head, through the third eye, the space between the eyebrows, and imagine your light, that energy shining forward, radiating beauty from your soul out to the world, inviting warmth, tranquility, and peace as you share your light with all those around you, as you give generously of your time, your heart, your talents. Notice the brilliance of the light. Now notice the light above you, shining down on you, adding to your light, making it brighter, a source of strength, support, and love. Allow this light to guide you, to warm your soul. Embrace how you feel basking in this light. Let it come down through your head, down into your heart space, down your arms and out your fingertips, down through your legs, all the way to the tips of your toes. Now take a moment to listen to your intuition. Listen here and feel with all your heart the love, knowing that love comes from the center of your being, the heart space, where it can always be found, where you can always come back to feel secure, held, and loved. Begin to let go of all control of the breath. Release Guan Mudra by releasing the fingers and thumb. Slowly wiggle the fingers and toes. Slowly turn the head from side to side, gently opening the eyes, taking in your surroundings. Bring your hands to heart center with the palms touching, ending our practice with appreciation today for our bodies and minds, all that they allow us to do, even when sick, appreciating them even more now. Namaste.